Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's show. My name is Spencer Walsh. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We are live. We got some great stories for you today on episode 174 of the Spencer Walsh Show. The NFL, they did a deal with Jameis Winston. The NFL, he had some groping problems. The NFL helped him out with that a little bit. Kylian Mbappe annihilated Argentina and sent France to the World Cup Finals. Mbappe! Yeah, he's a great player. Really quite some amazing stuff. New Drake album. Oh my god, if you could even listen to it. I know I haven't. Also, we celebrate Desus and Mero after their final triumph. Interview with Mike Francesa. Really cool stuff there from those two. I gotta love them. The Bodega Boys. Let's give a shout out. And of course, as we always do, we got the best, the latest, the newest music coming in from our for our show today. Real pleasure to have you with us. We're gonna have a great one. And of course, we're going to start the day with a story. In the NFL, as I'm sure you know, they were very pleased with themselves back in 2014 when it announced it had a new hardline policy that violations of personal conduct regarding assault, battery, domestic violence, or sexual assault that involve physical force will be subjected to a suspension without pay of 6 games. The policy went on to allow mitigating forces. The language seemed pretty clear. Yesterday, the NFL suspended Bucs quarterback Jameis Winston for groping an Uber driver, saying in its statement that Winston violated the personal conduct policy by touching the driver in an inappropriate and sexual manner without a consent. So yeah, again, this language does seem to be pretty clear. But Winston was suspended now for 3 games, not 6. Gets no longer clear then. So yeah, I mean, well, at least it's clear what the mitigating factors appear to be in this case, and they don't make anyone involved look better. First, Winston still denies it, despite the league's investigation finding otherwise. Second, Winston told the league that even if he did do it, he doesn't remember doing it because he was too drunk. So how do we not know? Third, and most important now to the NFL, this is a big deal. Winston promised to not appeal his suspension. It was a 3-game suspension, and it seems now that as we learn more about this story, that was the mitigating force, the promise not to appeal the suspension. Yeah, so not very encouraging stuff. So Jameis Winston's apology was part of the negotiated settlement on his 3-game suspension, sources say, according to Tom Pelissero. He said he does not admit guilt to the conduct the NFL says violated the policy, but he acknowledges he was drinking that night and does not remember anything. That's a tweet there from NFL reporter Tom Pelissero. And we're going to play his interview for you, a portion of it on NFL Network. Sound is courtesy of NFL Network.
Well, there was a lot for both sides to unpack here. This is an incident that occurred back in March of 2016. It did not come to light until last fall when it surfaced in published reports. And really, if you read Jameis Winston's statement, he does apologize to the Uber driver for the position he put her in, says that it was uncharacteristic of him. But notably, there is no admission of guilt to sexual assault or to the inappropriate and sexual touching that the NFL said that it found after interviewing the Uber driver, after collecting all the electronic data. That meshes with what I am told Winston told to NFL investigators and others close to him through this process, which is that he does not believe that he did what was alleged. However, he also was drinking that night and said that he does not clearly remember the events. Also in that statement from Winston, he said that he has eliminated alcohol from his life. My understanding is it has been a while, over a year, since Jameis Winston drank alcohol. There's a lot of things going on in his life. The people close to him say that he has become a different person here. He's engaged now. He's expecting his first child any day. And the Bucs, although they said that they are disappointed in that statement for the position that he put himself in to be found in violation of the personal conduct policy, Patrick, when you talk to them about the Jameis Winston they see every day behind the scenes, nobody excuses the behavior. Nobody excuses him putting himself in this position, but they say on the field, off the field, he is the player that they and person that they had hoped he would be.
So, yeah, that's a very interesting situation there from Thomas Pelissero. He is the NFL reporter. As part of the settlement, Winston was forced to apologize to the Uber driver whose crotch he grabbed, but yeah, he was not again forced to admit any guilt. So I mean, that pretty much lays out the whole situation there. He was forced to admit to drinking, which he blamed the entire incident on, but also maintains it didn't happen. So I mean, there's literally no way you can say, if you've been drinking like that, there's no way you can like definitively say, right, that this did not happen, because it just seems like you'd kind of be BSing your way out of it a little bit, because like if you don't remember, how could you say it didn't happen? And my guess here is it did happen. He thinks it's unlike him, or maybe he knows it happened. Maybe he has this sinking sensation on the back of his mind that it did happen, like where they're feeling like, oh, I don't really remember it, but I think I did it. I must have did it. If everyone literally everyone says, oh yeah, you did it. The NFL says it. The Uber driver says you did it. I remember very, very well, says the Uber driver pretty much. They had a good understanding of it. Then you get the sense he probably did it. Like, that's just the thought there. So yeah. The NFL has agreed not to release the results of an investigation or its letter to Winston explaining the findings, both of which it memorably published when it suspended Ezekiel Elliott for 6 games, and that's a little bit of a double standard there. And it just, again, the big problem here is the NFL. And obviously the blame here also rests on Jameis Winston, but the NFL, again, majorly screwing up on how it handles this issue. Like, it's not that hard. Just suspend the guy for the time you said he would be suspended for if you violated the policy. It's a 6-game suspension, not a 3-game suspension. And don't leave open any mitigating forces. Just enforce the law justly and enforce what you say you're going to enforce, and just get it done. It's not that hard. Not that hard. Not that hard. Oh, no, I'm chanting that. No one's listening. I'm not with anyone. I don't know. I'm chanting that. So sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, the NFL agreed to not release the results of its investigation. And, I mean, all of this feels so insane to me that I have to keep laying it out and see if it starts to make any more sense, but it never does. Winston was allowed to maintain his innocence and to keep buried the NFL's evidence against him and receive a reduced suspension. In exchange for what? Agreeing to not appeal and not go to court. Because this is what's all about ultimately for the NFL, making things go away quickly. They just don't want them around so they can screw them up even more, it seems like. But still, they managed to screw this one up quite royally, which is frankly pretty incredible. How they managed to do that, screw that up so damn well. I am very, very shocked that happened just in the first place. Anyway, yeah, we're going to now move on. We're going to now continue to move on. And you know what we're going to do right now? We are going to do our first music block of the day. Yeah, so that's a lot of fun, isn't it? Yeah. So the question is how much of this kind of how much Drake do I want to play? I'm going to play a little bit of Drake for you, actually. You know what we'll do is, this is what we'll do. All right, we'll start with, on the regular, Meek Mill. He's probably got an album coming out pretty soon. So why not just pump some Meek Millie jams? Here's on the regular, Meek Mill. Let's go. Oh, wait. We got to rewind that shit.
on zero problems, big fella.
Yup. If one more label try to stop me, it's gonna be some dreadheads.
The Spencer Walsh Show. Let's go, Chance the Rapper. No problem.
Just another day at the pick up on the mail. They gon' channel riding through the streets, they be like they go. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Just another day at the pick up on the mail. They gon' channel riding through the streets, they be like they go. Ooh, I just come and put the hinges in their hand. Counting bitches while we meet and make them shake my other hand. Millie rockin', scooping all the blessings on my lap. Bitch, I know you tried to cheat, you should've never took a nap. Hey, fuck wrong with you, what you were thinking? Fuck you thought it was. You talk that make a lame ass nigga fall in love. Not me though, bitch, you could keep those. Bro, I'm at your head like Craig did Debo. Don't tweak, bro, it's never sweet out. My shooters come for free, so if one more label try to stop me, it's gonna be some dreadhead niggas in your lobby. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. Yup. Pull up in a new thing, man, my you don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me. You don't want no problem with me.
Take your shirt off, wave around your head like a helicopter. I ain't putting enough weed in the blunt, all you do is smoke tobacco. Where the hell you get them from? You just say he ain't made them. My nigga chasing bounty hunters and getting chased by their baby mamas. My first tap on my stomach, got a pocket full of money and a mind full of ideas. Some of the shit may sound weird. Inside of the Maybach look like it came out of IKEA. Run shit like diarrhea. Big yacht, no pie still. I captain. I'm high capping. I'm so high. Me and God dapping. This my blessing. This my passion.